with more than a third of UK road users admitting to speeding in 2022. The police have got their work cut out. And catching a speeding motorist can sometimes reveal further offences, resulting in vehicles being sent straight to the pound. Casualty Reduction Officer Ollie is in Woking on the hunt for speeders.
This has been one of the roads where the local residents have been complaining about the speed and the behaviour of some of the drivers. Therefore, we've been sent here to address those concerns and try and reduce the speed and therefore the risk of collisions, certainly outside the school, through education and enforcement. All right, mate, see you shortly.
No worries.
So we're going out onto the main road, so it gives a nice line of sight to see the speeding drivers, and we're also looking directly past the school.
It's not long before one of Ollie's colleagues further up the road spots an offence.
White van going past, making the speeder.
Passenger no seatbelt and driver no seatbelt. So I've just witnessed the driver in his side mirror trying to get his seatbelt on before I speak to him. However, I've already seen him and recorded him not wearing his seatbelt while driving on the road. So this will be interesting to see what he's got to say. Hello, gents, thanks for stopping. Both of you weren't wearing your seatbelt. Is there any reason? Your seatbelts? Neither of you were wearing them.
Get it out.
No, you didn't. I was literally just speaking to you, and then I watched you in your mirror trying to get it on. And you were recorded, and you've been witnessed by the plainclothes officers at the end of the road, both not wearing your seatbelt. So it's all been recorded, both of you.
Yes, sir.
Any reason? Have you got a medical reason not to wear your seatbelt, sir?
No.
No.
I just forgot to put
You
it.
forgot to put it on. Right, there's the truth. OK. Have you got your driving licence on you, please? And what is it you're doing, both of you? Where are you off to? Just what? Lovely, thank you. Say again?
Just going.
Just going to home?
Yeah.
Right. So where have you been this morning then, gents?
For this one.
Say again?
Yeah, we've just been around.
You've just been around. I'm going to be honest, that sounds a little bit odd, that you've just been around and now you're driving home. What is it you're doing from Kent down here today when you say you're just driving around?
Yeah, we just to a house of a friend. They asked me to come. And we're going home.
So when did you get here? When did you come to Surrey from Kent?
Just in the morning, And
So you've come all the way from Kent this morning to see your friend, and now you're going home at 11 o'clock.
yes.
Seems odd.
Sorry?
That seems odd. Where does your friend live?
Walking area.
Ollie digs a little further.
What's the address of your friend, please? I'm sure he must have sent you his address via text or something.
I just come to his house and that's it. We're just going home.
Yeah, what's his address?
We don't know his address. He just sent us a...
So how did you know to get to that address?
I just come I just come last time because it's a new house.
Yeah.
I just come to the last time and I just remember a little bit the way, but now I can't remember where is it.
Right. So what time did you come down here today?
About 9:30. I just have an hour. I'm just going home.
And what were you doing at his friend's house?
We just staying. We was chilling. We was talking to him. We was get a drink and that's it. We just going home.
Right. So at 9:30, you've driven all the way from Kent for a drink in Woking, and you're now driving an hour and a half later back all the way to Kent. Is that right? Right.
Travelling 60 miles for a cuppa doesn't quite add up for Ollie.
OK, I don't buy that. Don't buy it at all. So Woking is in that direction. So I suspect that you're here with criminality, to be honest with you. You're telling me that you're going to Woking. Well, Woking's that direction. So you're driving back towards Woking, where you've just come from.
Often drivers are pulled over for simple violations, but when the police spot something out of the ordinary, it's their duty to investigate it further. For now, it doesn't look like this van is going anywhere. In Rusholme, The Charles Wilson car pound sees up to 100 vehicles come through its gates every week, so space is at a premium. Recovery technicians Ian and Keith
Like working with children.
are having a clear-up. And today, the extra room will be welcome as recovery driver Gary, aka Little Legs, has been tasked out to a large police operation targeting various traffic offences.
Today they're doing a roadside operation, which is basically checking tax, MOT, insurance, basically just to make sure your car's all roadworthy and legal to be on the road. As you can see, it's going to be quite busy. Hopefully, we'll have a few impounds. It's a waiting game at the moment.
But Gary doesn't have to wait long.
I've just been given a vehicle, which is pinged up as no insurance. It's a foreign registered number plate.
But before Gary can load it onto his truck, he has to check the pound are aware it's coming in.
Ah, mate, have we got a foreign registered Galaxy? Right, they've just given it me now. Yeah. All right, then. Cheers, tap. Right, we're just waiting for the confirmation from the office to make sure that we can actually take this vehicle. As it stands at the moment, comms have not rang the office. It's just waiting for the actual paperwork to be updated and everything like that, and then we can get it moved.
Eager to get on with the job at hand, Gary goes to investigate.
Just a man, just a man. Can you find out whether the officers rang comms with that? Because I've rang my office and we've got nothing down.
Find out a Galaxy.
Yeah, because I can't take it until my office tell me.
You able to just have a look for a Ford Galaxy on a foreign registration? The recovery driver say he can't take the officers know about it. It's on a different plate.
Is that what it is? No problem. Thank you very much, sir.
Cheers.
The number plate that's on it is not coming back to that vehicle. So, by the looks of it, somebody's put a foreign registered number plate on it to get away with the insurance.
Just to add to the confusion, another recovery driver from a rival pound has turned up for the same car.
He's got it, apparently. Yeah, it was a foreign registered one. That's the only Galaxy that's come in.
Right, okay. So have you been given the keys to give to him?
Yeah, no, I've got it on my truck.
So he's taking it?
Right, no worries. Yeah, he was tasked to bring this one in, but because we're doing the operation, I've got every right to take it, so first come, first serve.
While he goes away empty-handed, Gary's got 3 more vehicles to load up, if he can find them.
A4, Audi A4. Right, there's nothing in here with the A4. No, I've got the T-Roc and I've got the van here. There's no Audi.
Gary needs the traffic officer's shoulder number in order to locate the car.
And what was his number again? 16593.
Wrong way around. 16, right. 16593,
593 was it?
right.
And as if by magic,
Right, I found him. I found the officer, he's just turned up.
frustrating as it is for Gary, it's all in a hard day's work when it comes to keeping the roads safe.
You want it in here?
If you can, yeah, because I'm going to have to load 2, go and drop them, and then come straight back. It's going to be a bit of a nightmare. Right.
That's your T-Roc.
That's the
pink
T
slips on the dashboard.
on the dashboard.
All kept together.
Right, lovely.
Anything in for me?
No, that's it, I think. Job done, mate.
Job done.
Lovely.
All cars now accounted for, Gary can get on with loading up.
Just make sure they're tight enough. The last thing you need is for the car to come off.
With the operation gathering pace, Gary will need to do the same as he makes the 10-mile round trip to the pound. Back in Surrey, Ollie has pulled over a van after its occupants weren't wearing seatbelts, but their reason for being in town has set alarm bells off.
Grounds on section 1? Yeah. Gents, you're both detained, all right, for the purpose of a search. So you're detained under section 1 of the Police and Criminal Evidence Act, all right, because I suspect that you've come here for theft.
It's not long into the search before Ollie thinks his decision is backed up.
Nick, just for info, there's a load of gloves here, mate, all right? A load of workman gloves. I'm looking for stuff that's been stolen, stuff for going equipped to commit crime. So those gloves are a perfect example for me. While they could be there perfectly legitimately, of course, people want to mask their fingertips. So if someone's here stealing, then a range of gloves. I'm finding lots and lots of different changes of outfits. So we find when people have committed theft, they want to change their identity pretty quick. So everything's adding up here that I think these gents might be here to commit criminal offences.
And there's more.
So, of course, you can see in the back that there's what I describe as scrap metal, to be honest with you. So, it's not evidence of coming down to see a friend. I don't know about other people, but I don't drive around with bathtubs, all sorts of different types of metal, which is very heavy and worth lots of money at a scrap metal dealer. I don't drive around with that in the back of my vehicle when I'm driving all the way down from Kent to Surrey for a drink. Particularly with fuel prices as the way they are, all that excess weight, it seems odd for me. Again, I'm finding tools. So there's all tools in the back of the van, which is all evidence or going equipped to steal.
But Ollie can't be certain and calls in his colleague for a second opinion.
What do you think, Ryan? Can you come and have a look, mate?
It's all just scrap stuff. It's all likely, if you contact the insurer will void the policy.
Oh, right,
So
okay.
he won't have been insured to be doing this.
Would you mind going to make those inquiries for me, mate? Is that all right? Thank you. So, what PC Soper is going to do, if a legitimate business, so if he's out collecting scrap metal lawfully, then you need a waste carrier's licence for a start, but also you've got to be insured for business insurance. So he's going to go and phone the driver's insurance company and check that they're happy to insure him to be out doing whatever he's been doing with all this metal. So this just goes to show that this was a simple driver and passenger not wearing their seatbelt. And of course, it's opened up so much more, and it's just enough, it gives us a way in just to start making those inquiries and asking questions, ultimately. If those two gents were originally wearing their seatbelt, I question whether or not I'd have stopped them. So it's that minor traffic offence that we've used today just to get them in and start asking questions.
And those questions could lead to bad news for the pair.
If the insurance are saying absolutely not, he's not insured to be going around carrying all this metal, then he won't have third-party insurance, therefore he's committed an offence, the vehicle will be seized.
Up near the Isle of Skye in northwest Scotland, the team at family-run Mora Motors work closely with the police to take illegal vehicles off the road. And when they're not helping the police, they're out recovering broken-down vehicles. But today, they've taken on one of their more unusual jobs.
You even hold the door open for her.
They're on their way to assist a local langoustine fisherman who needs help shifting a vehicle. But on Skye, it's not just land-based transportation requiring help.
Let's see, Brucey. It doesn't look that big in the water of the boat, but yeah, when it's in the back of the truck, it's quite big.
Bruce's boat Shauna has been in the dry dock for essential repairs and is now ready to go back out on the water.
It's our obligation to keep our vessels safe and tidy and in a seaworthy condition. And as a consequence of that, every year we take her out for a full overhaul and refit.
The first manoeuvre is to lift the boat onto the rear of the truck. Ewan and Cara need to deploy the truck's 4 spreader legs to give it extra stability.
Yeah, enough.
Strops are then slung underneath the boat's hull
And down you come, Cara.
and attached to the crane's lifting arm with chains. They can then use the crane's remote controls to carefully move the jib arm into position.
Just very gently up, Cara. Ready?
Yeah. So it looks a wee bit heavy at the front.
That's it, yeah.
But there's a problem. If the strops aren't positioned evenly under the hull and it becomes unbalanced during the lift, the boat could come crashing to the ground.
We're just trying to get the get it sitting, even, just so we get a nice even lift. Just takes a wee bit of, but hopefully that's us now. There we go. Skywards.
But they're not out of the woods yet, as Ewan needs to safely secure the boat to the back of the truck before it can begin its onward journey to the slipway. In Surrey, traffic officers Liam and Sean aren't far into their shift when the first job comes in.
We're just on our way to a supermarket up at Burr Heath. A car owner's just called up saying that their Range Rover's just been stolen from the car park. We're just making towards the main arterial road now to try and intercept that stolen vehicle.
After making good ground, they close in on the scene of the theft.
We're just entering the vicinity of the local supermarket now. So it's all eyes out the windows, really, to see if we can try and spot this vehicle. My thought process is it might be taking the back roads. Criminals are quite savvy at the moment with location of the number plate cameras, so it might hinder our chances in locating this vehicle, but I'm on a lucky streak this week, so we might find it. Anything on the cameras, Sean?
No, nothing at this stage.
What are you thinking about taking the back roads? I think they're going to be quite savvy, don't you?
Yeah. Yes, let's sort of see if we're just take the back road, see if it's going to be around there.
Despite a thorough search, the scent goes cold, but the car's ANPR system has sniffed out something else.
Whilst we've been out searching for a stolen car, another car's, a Lexus, has just hit our number plate camera on the roof of our car. It's pinged up with no insurance. So we're just trying to catch up with the vehicle now, give it a stop to see what the owner's got to say. If it's not got insurance, then it'll be coming with us. Right, toss a coin, Sean, left or right?
Unsure which way it's gone, Sean and Liam will have to rely on guesswork.
What do you reckon? I'm going to go right.
I'm going to go right as well, so it's going towards the plan, isn't it?
Mate.
Clear left. Possibly down here or
Do you
straight
reckon?
ahead.
Should we go left?
Yeah.
Turn the siren off. Let's not spook them. He killed the lights for us. Thanks, mate. No, that's not it. I think it's got away from us. Didn't he? Yeah, I think we would have caught it by now.
But just as they are about to concede defeat...
Where in the pub is it? There it is.
Oh, lovely. Stand by, I think, found it.
Did you see who was driving, Sean?
No, but it's registered to a female.
There is. Go for it, Sean.
Perseverance has paid off.
Hello, sir. You all right? How are you doing today, sir?
Yeah, good, thank you.
Is this your vehicle at all, sir?
Well, my mum's car, but...
It's your mum's car? OK. And how are you insured, sir?
Through my mum.
Through your mum? OK. Currently, this vehicle's not shown as insured.
Oh, gosh, okay.
So I'm just going to run some checks, just to see what we've got.
Mum's name as well, so...
Are you insured in any other car, sir?
No, just this one.
Just this one, OK.
OK.
When did Mum take the insurance policy out of interest?
When we bought it in November.
November. Are you able to get Mum on the phone to see if she can send you a certificate of insurance over?
She's in Norway at the moment.
Norway?
Yeah.
Have you got any insurance details on you at all?
Not on me.
No? OK.
I'm going to be honest with you, OK? If you can't prove insurance, we will be seizing the vehicle, and because you're driving it, it'll be a ticket issued to yourself because you're the driver.
What do you mean seizing it? What do you mean?
As in taking the vehicle from you.
Go ahead.
I've got kids and everything, I can't.
Unfortunately, it's an offence under Section 165 of the Road Traffic Act. OK, you need to be able to provide an insurance document.
I can get insurance, but I just won't be able to do it right this
But
time.
unfortunately, because we've seen you driving the vehicle and it's on a public road.
Despite the driver's pleas, the car will be going to the pound if it proves to be uninsured. In Manchester, Gary has arrived back at the pound with 2 uninsured cars. But recovery technician Ian isn't impressed with his haul.
Is that it? No. Just 2. Big truck like that, just 2.
How am I supposed to get a van on, and the car,
You should have tried a bit harder.
I'll offload them, and then he'll take photographs, he'll do the docket sheets, he'll do the relevant checks, and then we'll send a letter out to the registered keeper saying we've got your vehicle, come and collect it.
Truck unloaded, Gary can get back to the police operation and Ian can begin checking in the cars.
The police did their checks with little legs at the roadside and they already ascertained that this is not an Irish plated vehicle. So they believe that it's a UK registered vehicle on false plates. A lot of scrapes on it, starting to look a little bit more questionable because there's not many people I know that would use spray paint to make fake blacked out windows. That's generally a sign of somebody wanting to conceal something in a vehicle. It's very difficult for the police to see who's in the vehicle, so if they're known to the police, they might do that kind of thing. So they don't get recognised when they're going from area to area. It's a common thing for a crime called bilking, which is stealing petrol from petrol stations. So they'll open the window, they'll have some barrels in the back, they'll fill the barrels from the pump, and then they'll just drive off. And it can't be traced because it's on Irish plates. So what we would do now is put an identity tag on it, a unique tag so we know which vehicle we're making any reports regarding, and then we take the false plates off. So it can't be driven away with those plates on. Whoever, if anybody comes to claim the vehicle, they would have to bring new registration plates with them. And you need proof of ownership and the vehicle registration document to get those made. Whoever was driving the vehicle at the roadside is not the registered keeper. Now, he may just have only just bought it a couple of days ago. He may have owned it for months and just didn't want the police to know that it was his car. You never know. It can take 2 or 3 months for ownership details to get transferred across through the DVLA. So you don't really know whether it's an intentional attempt to hide who owns the vehicle or whether it's just a slow process of paperwork.
While Ian continues to check in the cars, 5 miles away, Gary continues to load them up.
I think it's that one, and I believe you've got a Punto as well.
That one there.
So that one's going as well.
The keys are on the windscreen.
As another 2 uninsured cars have been seized by the police.
Right, so I'll leave that like that for a minute. Obviously, I can get another small one on the back end of it, so I'll leave that in situ at the moment until I find out whether I've got another one.
And there is, but it won't fit on Gary's truck.
Swampy, you're definitely taking that one, aren't you?
Yeah, I'm definitely taking that, and then I've got to ring in and find out if it's out else anywhere else.
Fortunately, his colleague Alan has room on his.
What you have to do is, where that blue van is, you have to go round by them trees and then go straight back out that way. Is there nothing? No. Right, I'm going to have to go outside with him, well, because there's no handbrake. Alan's turned up for this van for no insurance, but whilst he was driving it, he's just found out there's no handbrake on it. So obviously, when he drives it up his truck and he comes to stop, it's not going to stop, it's just going to roll back off. So he's going to need a hand. Hold it there, Al. He's got handbrake, but not enough to hold it in this position. He's keeping his foot on the brake, just while I put one strap on to hold it in this position. Right.
The operation is beginning to wind down, but the uninsured cars keep coming in.
Is that my pink slip, sir? Thank you very much.
Gary's truck is now fully loaded, so he gives Alan another hand.
Right, Mercedes. It's coming in for no insurance, no licence. There's the key and your sheet for it.
That deals with that one, then.
It's all done now, that's it. The operation's finished and everything, so that's 8 we've actually brought in today. So it's been a pretty good morning's work. I was expecting more, but you can't always predict how many you bring in. Well, that's been a reasonable day for us as a recovery company. So what we'll do now is we'll get all these vehicles out of here, we'll go back, ID them, do the relevant paperwork, and then send letters out for the customers to come and retrieve them.
Upon receipt of the letters, the customers will have 14 days to collect their cars before they're either sold or sent to the crusher.
Righty then, back to the depot.
After failing to be collected, the Ford Galaxy on false Irish plates was sent to the crusher. Back in Surrey, officers Sean and Liam are trying to work out if the driver they've pulled over is insured.
We'll confirm, we'll try and contact the MIB, which is our Motor Insurance Bureau.
Yep.
Okay, all right. But if not, then what we'll do is we'll have to go through the process of motions, all right? Okay?
Is there anything else I can do if we can't get the...
Unfortunately not, no.
And I can't manage with that. I mean,
I totally understand that,
No, I know
sir.
you do, I know.
It's just unfortunately, it's an offence. And things like if you crash your vehicle, or God forbid something happens, okay, this vehicle,
No, I
and you're
understand
involved
that,
in it, you're not only are you not covered, but also the other person isn't covered.
If he can't prove any insurance, then it's likely PC Halliday's going to be seizing the car under Section 165 and taking it to the car pound. We need to keep these uninsured drivers off the road to prevent everyone getting hit in their pocket, and from us being hit by uninsured drivers. Everyone pays their insurance, so you should have insurance when you drive on the road.
While Sean contacts the Motor Insurance Bureau, Liam has another idea.
Have you got a contact number for Mum?
she's abroad.
Yeah, what I'll do, I'll give her a call from here, save your data.
She panics a lot as well.
That's all right, don't worry, I've got a bit of a charm on the phone, don't worry, I should...
I mean, she's very innocent, my mum.
It's not long before she picks up.
Hello, my name's Liam, I'm a police officer calling from Surrey Police, it's nothing to worry about. Hello, I've got your son stopped driving your Lexus. Your car's showing us having no insurance. He's here with us now. He said you sorted. Who sorts the insurance for the vehicle? He did. Okay, because he's saying you sorted the insurance out and you've got him as a named driver. Bit of a conflicting story at the moment from what I was heard earlier on. Mum sorts the insurance, but she's saying that son sorts the insurance, so it's not quite adding up here, so we'll do a bit of digging.
With his mum unable to shed any light on the matter, the driver's hopes are pinned on Sean's call with the Motor Insurance Bureau.
So what my colleague Sean's just doing now, we're on the phone to Motor Insurance Bureau, who govern all insurance companies. They should be able to try and determine if you have got insurance or not, all right?
Sean finally gets off the phone, but it's not good news.
I've just been on the phone to the Motor Insurance Bureau just to check the database overall, just to see if they have a record of insurance, because sometimes on our national computers, police national computers, it will come up with no insurance, okay? But sometimes they have just recently insured it, or it might be an insurance company that we're not aware of, and actually shows up on the Motor Insurance Bureau. However, they've come back and told us that it's not insured, so now what we'll be doing is we'll be seizing the vehicle under Section 165A of the Road Traffic Act, and we'll be reporting the driver for driving without third-party insurance on the public road.
While Liam arranges recovery,
the White Hart pub,
Sean breaks the news.
Hello, sir.
Yeah, it's Dad, so just a second.
Okay.
Dad, I'll call you back, okay?
Motor Insurance Bureau have come back to me. There's no record of any insurance in the vehicle, on anyone or on a car. So at this time, I'm going to caution you, so you don't have to say anything, but it may harm defence if you do not mention now. Something which later on in court, anything you do say may be given evidence. The reason for that is because you're on a public road without third-party insurance for using this vehicle, okay? The offence is £300 fine, 6 points on your licence.
I can't believe this is happening.
So it's a £150 recovery charge and £20 for daily storage, okay? All right?
There's nothing we can do, is there?
Unfortunately not, no, sir. Have you got the car keys, sir? Lovely, thank you. Okay. Get us your belongings, okay? Transfer it into your mate's car, whatever you need to do, okay?
While the driver gets a lift home from his mate, recovery arrives to take his car to the pound. Back on the Isle of Skye, Ewan and Cara are helping local fisherman Bruce return his boat Shauna to the open water. The boat is being lifted with just 2 strops and is dangling underneath the 15-metre-high crane arm.
You just pull this line over here, it should straighten up a wee bit for us. How's that looking there?
That's you dead on now.
Now safely lowered into place on the back of the truck, wooden blocks are used to prop up the hull.
How's that look for us?
Yeah, it's okay, yeah. Aye, that's okay, yeah.
Line's pretty square.
Yeah.
Happy? It's Bruce's pride and joy, so I need to look after it. It just taken a little while to get it balanced out properly, but yes, it went smooth.
Time to tackle the next stage of the move.
We're just going to take Bruce's boat and just to the far side of the pontoons where the yachts are. That's a little slipway. We'll just go drive down there and reverse down and then lift him off and get him on his merry way.
They're not taking any chances and decide to continue using the crane and strops to support the boat as they drive the short distance to the slipway.
Cara, just don't fall in. No, I can't explain that to your dad.
With the Shauna now parked on the slipway, Cara and Ewan need to carefully lower her into the water.
Ready? Happy?
But with the boat weighing nearly 2 tons, they need to ensure their truck doesn't tip and get pulled over during the lift.
No, say hold on to it as long as you can, just to keep control of the boat. It's got a softer landing here.
It's down to Cara to make sure the delicate hull lands safely in deep water and doesn't get damaged on the side of the concrete slipway.
The last thing we want to do is damage it going back in after we've taken it out for maintenance. It wouldn't look very good. That's nice and smooth, wasn't it? Happy? Yeah? I just unhook and I'll take it away.
Shauna and Bruce are finally back on the water.
That's absolutely super job, so that's ready to go. We'll just put the most safety gear back on board the boat now, get it up and running, and then we'll get fishing hopefully next few days. Ready to go again?
On the top.
Excellent, perfect.
Cheers.
Job done. It's time for Ewan and Cara to get back to the more mundane motors at the car pound, but not before a well-earned reward.
So that's it. Job done. Back on to the next one. Well, back to the garage for a cup of tea first, then the next one.
Back in Surrey, Ollie is waiting to hear if the van driver has correct insurance to carry scrap metal. Even if he does, there's a more pressing issue with his cargo.
There is a lot of money in scrap metal. Unfortunately, there is also a lot of criminality where people are turning up at addresses when people are out and helping themselves to metal. And I mean, when we look around this van, I'm seeing chimneys and exhaust, some sort of metal exhaust off of something or other, barbecues, wiring, tools with all their plugs on it, all stuff that for me seems a little bit suspicious, particularly with a large sledgehammer next to it. So, yeah, I suspect that these two gents are here taking stuff they shouldn't be and then selling it at a scrapyard for a lot of money.
Ollie's colleague Ryan has found some scrapyard documents detailing previous loads the pair have traded in.
So this was yesterday. It was 15:45 yesterday. They obviously offloaded and they went out collecting again today. They have to, by law, under the Scrap Metal Dealers Act, list the registration of the vehicle that's come in and then also the person they're paying. It's illegal to pay for scrap metal by cash. This is basically a third of a van. So basically what we've got in the back of the van there, and at last stop they got £375 paid into their account for it. So you imagine if they're a full van, you're probably talking, you can get upwards of £1,000 sometimes out of the back of a van. It does depend on what you get in it, but you can end up with it. They can make quite a good living.
But Ollie needs to work out if everything is above board.
At the moment, I suspect it could be stolen. However, I need to try and link it to a loser, to a victim of this crime. And that is something that's quite hard often. So if they've been all over the county stealing, trying to find a victim of all this stuff is very, very hard for us. Well, I'm going to try and just get as much photos as I can, because now, over the next week or so, I'll search on the local systems for a stolen bath, and I might be able to link it.
Searching reveals more potential clues.
So what we get is people hiding in plain sight. So a lot of people commit criminality while wearing a high-vis jacket, because, of course, if you're wearing a high-vis jacket, sometimes you look as if you're up to something legitimate. So we get people stealing, wearing a high-vis, and unfortunately, sometimes people don't ask questions then.
As the evidence mounts up, Ollie's colleague finally hears back from the insurers.
Scrap metal dealing and activities are not permitted under the policy, and therefore the policy will not stand, and there is no insurance for the vehicle.
Okay, mate, you can review.
165.
Because their business ultimately is scrap metal, certainly by the looks of it, my colleagues made inquiries with Motor Insurance Bureau, who in turn speak to the driver's insurance, and they've said he's not insured. So ultimately there is a power to seize the vehicle under Section 165 of the Road Traffic Act. However, I'm using a slightly different power. I'm going to use the Police and Criminal Evidence Act to seize it because I suspect it's been used in crime. So I'm seizing the van as evidence rather than seizing it because it hasn't got any insurance.
In 2022, there were over 137,000 casualties on Britain's roads. At Charles Wilson in Manchester, Daniel has come to collect his possessions following a recent collision.
Well, I was driving down the road and it was raining really bad. My car was due a service and I'd missed the service and I came up with fluids in my brakes. They were going and my brake pads were gone. And I was trying to pull my brakes and it wouldn't stop. And the next thing I noticed, I was just on the face was in the airbag. I blacked out when the airbag hit me.
When Daniel came to, he was shocked at what he saw. Fortunately, he managed to walk away unscathed.
The airbag done its job. It's just like, I didn't get a scratch. I just feel so blessed, you know what I mean? It's not a thing. The lampposts are like right over like that as well. And it's, it is mad. The car's going to be probably a write-off now.
If it is a write-off, the car will be going to the crusher.
When I phoned up my insurance to get a car, they said that it could be a good chance of it being a write-off. So I had to come and get all my stuff out of the car because obviously I wasn't going to see the car again and I've got stuff in the car. So just umbrellas and loads of rubbish. Don't know what's in there, to be honest. It's like loads of stuff in the darters and tyres and so.
You can just stand out for me, pal. That's everything I could find, mate.
All right, mate.
With his belongings back, Daniel is upbeat.
Just feel blessed. Feel blessed, really. I'm just come out with not a scratch on me. I'm just glad my daughter went in it with me, though. Do you know what I mean? It could have happened any time. I'm taking my daughter to school or anything, it could have happened. It's covered with insurance anyway, so like that. A car's a car, innit? Do you know what I mean? Like I said, I was glad my daughter's not in it. I could never live with myself.
It's probably safe to say Daniel won't miss a service again. Down in Surrey, Ollie is about to seize a van he suspects has been used to steal scrap metal.
So, ultimately, I haven't quite got enough to arrest these two, although I've got a suspicion that these two are committing theft offences. So there's a load of scrap metal in the back, hammers, etc., etc. I suspect that they've been stealing. However, at the moment, looking on the systems, I haven't got any grounds. I haven't got a loser, so I haven't got anybody that's called up to say that they've had the stuff that's in the back of that van stolen. So what I'm going to be doing is seizing the van and everything within the van, and then once those reports come through, I can deal with these two slow time for the theft. I'll be sending them on their way, but they're going to be walking because the van is going to be seized.
Ollie gives the driver the bad news.
So, what I'm going to be doing, the van is going to be seized, OK, because I suspect that you've been come here stealing all the stuff all that stuff in the back of the van, I suspect is stolen, all right? So, and I also suspect that the van has been used in theft. So the van's going to be seized, all right? I'm then going to wait for any reports that are going to come from any victims of crime.
We didn't steal, sir.
You didn't steal?
No, sir, I don't steal.
Where has all that stuff in the back of the van come from then, sir?
Sorry?
All the stuff in the back of the van, where has it come from?
Sorry?
All the stuff, all the pipes and stuff in the back of the van, where's all that come from?
We ask people, we knock in the door, we ask, we don't steal.
So you've been given all that stuff, have you?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
What is the point to steal barbecue?
To take it to a scrap metal yard. So we found all the scrap metal paperwork at the front, so...
Yeah, we're just collecting, we ask, we don't take by yourself.
Right, okay. Right, I'm just going to take your handcuffs off.
So when you can come for the van?
Once the investigation's complete, so I can't tell you when it's going to be. So you're also going to be reported, OK, for the consideration of question, you're being prosecuted for driving without third-party insurance, OK, and for driving without a seatbelt. And you don't have to say anything, but it may harm your defence if you do not mention now, since you're later on in court, anything you do say may be used as evidence. I've just got a bit of paperwork I need to give you in relation to that, OK.
As the tow truck arrives, the pair are left to make their own way home. The two men were not charged with any theft offences due to a lack of evidence. After taking a long time to collect the vehicle, they incurred storage fees of £500. Both are reported for not wearing their seatbelts and may think twice about wearing one in future.